This is Dog. Hello ladies and gentlemen. What we have here, remember yesterday we had the liquid in this container. So if you look closely you can see a slight amount of salt. But when I picked it up this morning before I rinsed it, there was salt sediment in the bottom, or salt crystals in the bottom of that jar. So I went out and bought a Pyrex jar with a wide top and opening, and this is out in the sunshine waiting to evaporate. So yeah, what we did do this morning, I bought this container, and I also bought a gas cooker, you know, a portable one. And then I brought it home and unwrapped it, and then I had no gas. So that's a failure. Anyway, we're leaving it out in the sun here now, so it evaporates the water out. Okay, it's not too dramatic. We're just waiting for the solution to concentrate down and the salt crystals will fall out. All right. Yeah, so what we've got here is a battery. We're trying to, I don't know, get the middle out. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. I wonder what else we can use. Oh, don't know. Shouldn't be too hard to get apart. Yeah, this should be zinc. Seems to be pretty solid for zinc. And if that's zinc, I can get a sheet of zinc out of that and use it at the top of this, which will be a bonus because it'll be pure zinc. I don't know what you can see there, but you can't see much. Oh, let's do it down a little bit. There we go. We've got two batteries. Alright, so I need a pliers. I don't know. Sort of soft, sort of firm too, actually. It's harder than I thought it would be, this zinc, but it is zinc. There we go. That's the carbon centre. It's cut all open, and that's good. There we go. We've got all the shit snicked out of it. That's a battery, and that's zinc, and that's lovely, and that's what we want for our electrode, and I like it. That can go in the top there as an electrode. Very good. What are you seeing there? We're not seeing what we want to see. Alright, so what we've got here is our battery. I know we've got our battery. I know it looks grubby and dirty in there, but that's where I was mixing the carbon in the bottom with the lacquer, the floor varnish, and I've stamped it all down so it's all compressed in the bottom here with a little bit of graphene in it. Now I've tested the connection between there and our wire, which is our positive wire, and it is a very good connection, right, because the carbon is conducting the power through the base into the wire, which is spread out on the bottom, and it comes out through the wire at the top. On the top, these are two AAA batteries, and I stripped the outer casing, and that's a zinc casing in there with them. So now all I've got to do is I'm waiting on my electrolyte to concentrate down and then remove the salt, and we continue on from there. Alright, so that's where we're at the moment. I've just shown you the electrolyte out in the sun, and I'm waiting for it to evaporate. And somebody forgot to buy gas for the cooker to heat it up. So yeah, that's a disaster. Anyway, we'll carry on from there. Right, another section. We've got the battery made. It's the carbon on the bottom, which is direct contact to the end of this, and zinc on the top, which is connected to that. Now what we're waiting on is the electrolyte to condense down and remove the excess salt from it, and then put it in here and test it. But what I want to do now is try and make this zinc electrode. This is nickel, right? It's pure nickel, so it's got good conductivity. I don't know how the paint will stick to it, but we will find out. And I'm going to just make a little paintbrush from something, I don't know. I got no paintbrush. What a friggin' dump. This shed is entirely deficient in functional tools. No paintbrush. I mean, what's a man to do? Oh dear, I don't know. It's just terrible. Anyway, we're going to get this bit of paper and dip it and paint it onto this. Now I don't know how that's going to go for drying, but will it stay above that? Yes, it will. We might paint it on here. Now this stuff has to be really stirred up well, because it is full of metal. It's a zinc paint, and it's extremely heavy for the amount of paint there is. There's so much zinc in it, so that's a good thing in itself. We'll just tear off a strip of this and wind it up and make it into a goopy paintbrush. I don't know how good it's going to be, but we're going to try. So we dip our paint and we paint. Well, we're not painting really well, are we? Sort of flexing away. That's not too bad. We'll just paint the other side now. That's a paintbrush. That looks alright. So we'll just leave that there like that, and we'll throw our disposable paintbrush away. Like so. So there we go. Now that's zinc. Oh, that's good. Zinc, and this is graphene. This is lovely stuff. I just love it. And we're just going to splish it about there so it goes all over that. And that should give it a good coat. Okay, we'll do the same on that side. I love graphene, and just hopefully that will give us enough conductivity to get it all over the place. There we go. And that's that. Now we'll see when that dries if that's conductive between that and that, because this being zinc with the graphene on top, which is super conductive, I hope to get a connection and get it to conduct. Funny that. I'll polish it later with a rag or something to bring out the metal in it. Just on a side note, I was watching Robert Murray Smith's video the other day, and it said all sorts of safety precautions and stuff like that. So I'm giving you a safety tip. Right, now this is coming straight from my channel to you. Now, do not lick that, right? Don't lick it, because you might get a staph infection. Anyway, let's move on from there. Going back to the electrolyte, I have sort of made a mistake. I said 1 molar for the sodium bromide. Well, it's actually a 2 molar solution for the sodium bromide, right? And that is a bit odd, but that is a 1 molar solution of zinc sulfate. So that's a ratio of 2 to 1, like Robert Murray Smith says. Now I'd like to have a shout out to my rescue yank, you know, she's a refugee, and she sent me a picture from Florida, so I thought I'd just put it inside the video. Alright, I don't know if you can see this very well, but this is the continuity meter. I don't know, how's that? Is that any better? No, that's worse. So this is a multimeter, and it's set at continuity. So if you have a continuous circuit, see that? It goes through. So if you've got a restricted circuit or a continuous circuit, it'll give you the amount of ohms resistance in it. So we've got this here. I had it. It's going through the paint there, and it's got very little resistance. And here we haven't tried it yet because it's not quite dry, but this is dry. As soon as I get it on there, right? Now it's not working. It works. So that is now a zinc cathode or anode. I don't know which is which. We'll work it out one day. But that's a zinc cathode, anode, electrode, and it is made from this paint here. It's Clamet coldgal, right? And it says here, I don't know if you can see this, it's got 98% pure zinc in there, right? So we want the top electrode to be zinc. So this is a zinc electrode here on the top, and this is one that I made up from this paint. And this is, when it's dry, it's 92% pure zinc. So you're getting a zinc electrode from a tin of paint. And I think it's fantastic. And I bought this from the paint shop in Kempsey. I asked for it and he got it for me, and it's beautiful, beautiful stuff. Anyway, so that's where we're at with that. Now this electrode works, this will work, and this is still hot, but I put this on the heat and reduced it down. It's still not got crystals in the bottom yet because it's quite warm, but it's reduced down to about half of what we had before. I don't know if you can see all. Oh yeah, you can see it. It's over there. You can see that. So I'm just going to leave that there for a while. I've talked enough. But anyway, this is where we're at now. So we'll just turn this off. Conserve power. We have the zinc paint. We have the sodium bromide, and we have the zinc sulfate. Right, we've got graphene and water, and this, and carbon from my fire pit. I just dragged it out and smashed it up, smash, and glued it down with the floor varnish. Right, marine floor varnish, be nice and strong, be waterproof. And we just put a tiny bit in there. You saw how much I used. It wasn't much at all. But then we're in the final hours now. Final hours. We're waiting for this this container to make the salt crystals form in the bottom. It's still hot, and I was hoping to see more salt crystals than that. But anyway, that's where we're at. That's all the ingredients we've used so far. Well, we've got the electrolyte in there. It looks all clear, and we're going to just charge it with this battery, and that battery is dead. This battery is dead. Oh, it's nothing of a volt. Alright, just a minute. Get back to you. Right, here we go. Doing it again. What are we seeing here? Alright, what we've got is got a lithium-ion battery. And that is, it says it's dead. It can't be dead. I just tested it. What the hell? I think my thingy's broken. Yeah, lithium ion battery, and it's got 3.7 volts in it. Alright, so we've got that connected here. This is just a battery holder to our bromide battery. and we've got to have it the right way around, and that's it. Now that 3 volts onto that should be charging it, and I hope not to see any bubbles, but we're going to leave that for a while and see what we come up with. Hopefully it'll go brown colour on the bottom here, or yellowy brown, as it takes a charge, and we'll have to wait and see.